find out. Because we're going to start the investigative part of the game shortly. But first, welcome back Twitch, welcome back YouTube. Let's get back to just another game, Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, where we finally, after 5 hours, have our first murder. And it's Sayaka, which Makoto is not going to be very happy about. Let's find out. Daily life is over. Chapter 1, Deadly Life begins. When I opened my eyes, I found myself staring at a huge ceiling. It was a ceiling I remembered seeing before. And when I sat up, I saw someone looking at me. Again, it was someone I'd seen before. Apparently they carried us to the gymnasium. You're awake. Finally. Are you okay? Now's no time for sleeping. Get your ass up. Huh? You're unconscious, dude. I had to carry you back here.
Well.
It's no surprise, considering what happened. What happened? Hey, are you okay? So it wasn't a dream? What I saw? It was real? That's right. It really did happen. Sayaka is dead. A deep, dark despair worked its way through my body and then exploded out of me. I shot up and took off running. Hey, where do you think you're going? I have to see for myself. I have to see if Sayaka's...
Just give up.
You can check once, twice, 1,000 times. Sayaka is completely and irrevocably dead. No, I have to see for myself.
What?
Listen to us, man. What do you think's gonna happen if you go out there? Well, what good is it gonna do just sitting around here? I mean, why are we all hanging out in the gym at a time like this? Our friend, Sayaka, she's dead. Dead. When I said that, it finally hit me. I realized she really was gone.
Calm down.
None of us want to be here right now either. Then why? Shouldn't it be obvious? Monokuma, he told us all to come here. Well, hold on, don't talk like that. We all protested it. I mean, we remember the terrible price Sayaka had to pay. But...
So...
I'm the one who convinced them to come. Right now, we need to do whatever he says. We're his prisoners, right? It's not a good idea to defy him without reason.
Correct.
We don't need to make any more sacrifices than we already have. Why should we listen to anything he has to say? It's obvious that he's the one who killed Sayaka.
Wrong.
I would never do that. If you can believe anything, you can believe that. He's here again.
Hey,
Unless someone violates a school regulation, I absolutely will not interfere. I can promise you, I won't do anything that goes against the purpose of your school life here.
Listen up.
I'm famous at safari parks throughout the world for following the Bear Times 1 rule.
But...
No idea what the fuck that is. Apparently it's not gonna get explained. Then who did it? Who killed her?
Come on.
You already know the answer. The one who killed her is one of you. Nobody had a reply for that. One of us killed Sayaka? Don't be stupid, that's...
What?
What's the matter? You guys all look like you're about to see a dove get shot up with a Gatling gun. Don't you remember what I told you when all this began?
Yahoo!
One of you decided to kill Sayaka so that you could graduate. Someone's just following the rules. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well...
You're lying, right? Of course he's lying. I'm telling you, he killed her.
Wrong.
Nope, sorry. One of you is now a bona fide killer. If they wanted to, the one who did it could testify to that little fact. What? Without thinking, I looked around at everyone. They all had the same look on their faces. Everyone looked at each other with a combination of fear, suspicion, and confusion. Are you serious?
What is this?
Someone killed someone! It is amazing what some people are capable of.
Just hold on.
Hey, hold on, don't just assume he's telling the truth.
Stop talking.
That's enough. Before we do anything else, I'd like to confirm something with the stuffed animal here. If one of us really did kill her, that person gets to graduate from the school, right?
Huh?
Come on.
Don't play dumb, that's what you said, isn't it? If you kill someone, you get to leave.
What?
Why are you laughing? It's 'cause... Naive! You're just so naive. You think it's really that easy? You could just kill someone and waltz on out of here?
Hey, come on now.
You're super naive. Devilishly naive. Hellishly naive. No. The real thing has just begun. The real thing?
Now then.
Are you ready? Allow me to explain the second part of the rule regarding graduation. Just like I explained before, you must kill someone if you want to leave. However, even if you do that, there's still one more part to the agreement you have to uphold, remember?
Then perhaps...
You're referring to rule number 6 of the school regulations. If you are the blackened that committed the murder, you can't be found out by the other students. That is what you're talking about, is it not?
In other words,
Bingo! It's not enough just to kill someone, you have to actually get away with it. Which naturally means you need a system in place to assess whether or not it's been gotten away with.
yahoo!
So, a certain amount of time after a murder has taken place, a class trial will begin. Class trial? Yep, it'll begin a few hours after the murder. Everyone will gather together, including the blackened who committed the murder. And they and the spotless students will all engage in one big debate showdown.
During the trial, you'll have to present your arguments about who you think the blackened is. And once everything comes to an end, the outcome will be decided by popular vote. If the answer you've arrived at is correct, only the one that disturbed your peace will be punished. The rest may continue their communal life. However, if you choose poorly,
If you choose the wrong answer,
then the one who got away with murder will survive, and the rest of you will receive your punishment. Which of course means your school life will come to an end. As far as class trial rules go, that's all there is to it.
Well...
so, what exactly is this punishment you keep talking about? I do not have a voice for him whatsoever, or even an inflection. Oh, well to put it simply,
What?
it's execution! Execution?
What?
And by execution you mean...
Execution is execution. Execution! Electric chair. Bzz, bzz, poison gas. Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane.
So, to make sure I understand, if we get the culprit right, then only they die. But if we get it wrong, all the rest of us get executed?
Well done.
What a smart little chimpanzee you are, looking at you implying you didn't do it without actually saying it. So it's basically what the outside world calls a late judge system, or an inquisition type thing. which means you'll be deciding who you think the killer is. But judge carefully because all your lives are on the line. Okay, let me just add the rule I just described to your handbook. Make sure to keep it in mind. The new rule has been added to the regulations menu.
Hey!
Wait, hold on a second.
The hell are you talking about?
Freaking insane, you know that?
What the?
A class trial? What the hell is that? I don't want anything to do with it.
What's this?
Why not?
Stop it!
What do you mean, why not? Why do I have to waste my time trying to figure out who murdered someone?
What?
What? Are you saying you're not going to participate in the trial? Only punishment awaits such blasphemy.
The hell are you talking about?
What? Punishment? I might, I don't know, throw you in a deep, dark, scary prison or something.
Shut the hell up!
Say whatever you want. I'm not going to be part of this.
I don't believe it!
Don't be so selfish.
Stop it!
You're the one being selfish. Kill whoever you want. It's got nothing to do with me. The evil standing here before me. I'm trembling with fear.
Shing!
But I won't give up. I won't give in to such evil. It's my style to stick it out and resist to the very end. If you really want to get out of here, you'll have to go through me first. As he said that, he came charging at us, although it was more of a waddle. But then...
Are you enjoying yourself now?
That's quite the view.
Are you? Violence against Headmaster Monokuma is not allowed! You violated a school regulation! I invoke the mighty summon spell! Help! To me, godly spear, Gunyear!
Turns out everyone's made of Kool-Aid in this universe.
This wasn't supposed to... Why me?
Suddenly, right at the end, her eyes shot wide open. And just like that, she never moved again.
No way!
What the? All I know is that's 2 less voices I have to do. I don't... This can't be real. No way!
Well now,
Now I am painfully away the great power and meaning of a promise. I really wanted to keep a corpse from popping up for no good reason, you know? But I guess you all needed to be taught a lesson after all. Ah, what an amazing promise. But now you guys understand, right?
now you see just how serious I am. Defy me and you get shot full of holes, exploded, buried alive, disintegrated, etc. So, if you don't want that to happen to you, you'd best obey those school regulations.
Junko's body had been impaled with a bunch of spears. An unbelievable amount of blood started pouring out of her body. It was the first time I'd ever seen the moment someone's life came to an end. Nobody there could deny what they'd seen. Junko, who until just a second ago had been our friend, was dead. She died. She'd been murdered. In simple terms, it was the death of a human being.
Hey,
It's really not all that shocking. She just died, that's all. Just went and died. It's no more remarkable than the inevitable demise of the entire human race. It's just as natural as the eventual end of the world itself. This isn't some superhero comic, so it's not like when you die, you didn't really die. This is reality!
Why?
Why did you have to kill her? Didn't you say you would put her in prison or something? I changed my mind.
I knew it.
No, you've been wanting to kill this entire time.
Say what?
Kill this entire time? Don't be silly. You can't kill time. Or are you being metaphorical? Are you saying I wanted to waste time this whole time?
Kill it!
Come on, what do you take me for? I'm Monokuma.
Well now.
Anyway, none of that matters right now. I have something I'd like to give you to help you in your search for the Blackened.
Ta-da!
This little file has all the information I've gathered about the death in question. I like to call it...
It's the Monokuma file!
I mean, naturally you guys aren't experts at this kind of thing, so you can only do so much with a corpse. So instead, I've gathered up everything I know about the circumstances and cause of death. What's that? How do I know the cause of death, you ask? Because the surveillance cameras picked up the whole thing. I got to see it all go down.
So then,
Wait, so then you know who killed Sayaka? Of course I do! If I didn't, I couldn't possibly pass a fair and accurate judgment during the trial, now could I?
correct.
That's a good point. The judge has to be able to make the proper decision. That's somehow comforting.
Well,
Now then, please put your full effort behind your investigation. After all, you don't have any choice but to give it your best shot. Seriously, you don't have a choice. Okay, so we'll meet up for the class trial in a little while. And with that, Monokuma disappeared once again. He left us stunned and confused. He left us at a total loss. He left us with Junko's dead body growing colder right in front of us. And for who knows how long, nobody said a word. The fact that Sayaka and Junko were dead was a huge shock, of course. But there was more to it than that. It was also the idea that one of us had actually murdered someone. And that if we didn't find out who it was, we would all die here. We found ourselves in a situation where we couldn't help but look at each other with open suspicion. It was the worst situation imaginable. And yet, even in such a perversely terrible situation, she didn't show the slightest hint that had gotten to her.
Hey,
Now's no time to wallow in your depression. The worst thing we can do right now is lose all faith in each other. That would lead to the same disastrous result as having total faith in everyone else.
What?
in other words,
Cooperation is absolutely key at this point. Who you decide to trust or not trust is, of course, up to you. Continuing to think about and talk about the deceased certainly isn't going to help anything.
What the heck?
Saying stuff like that is just... How many times have I told you, anyone who can't adapt will die. Death is the only thing awaiting those who are unable or unwilling to adapt. If that happens, you only have yourself to blame.
That's terrible.
And what an awful thing to say, especially after what's happened.
just a second.
Right now, exposing the killer is the most important thing. Because if we don't, we're all going to die here. She's right. We need to begin our search right away.
Of course.
Either way, we can't run from the situation, so we have no choice but to move forward.
What the heck?
We just have to do it, I guess. What other choice do we have? No way in hell am I letting someone kill me. Alright, damn it, let's do this. We just have to do it. Everyone kept repeating that sentiment. They were using it like a mantra to give themselves strength. But they're right. We just have to do this. No matter how much we don't want to, we have no choice. If that's what it takes to survive, then that's what we have to do. On top of that, there was something I needed to find out. I had to know why Sayaka had to die. Why she had to be the one? I'm terrified to find out, but still, I have to know. Otherwise, I knew I'd never be able to accept her death. Which is why I don't have any choice. I have to do this. Alright, I want to investigate this right here. I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I don't know why you even bothered to check after those injuries and losing that much blood. Frankly, I'd be shocked if she did survive something like that.
Huh?
Huh? Hold on. Hold on, just wait a second. She's dead? Then that means...
What?
That means everything that's happened so far is real? It's not a joke or whatever, it's really real?
Let me
Hell
out
no!
of here!
Someone save me! Let me out of here! Somebody help me!
What's your problem?
You're just now accepting that? So, I'm gonna give you guys, because I'm curious. I'm not gonna tell you, I'm not gonna give you spoilers. I'm not gonna give you any hints. But I am going to say, you have seen enough already to know who the killer is, if you've paid attention. And we haven't even investigated yet. But I promise you, you have already seen the defining clue. So, keep that in mind while we investigate. See if you can figure it out. Maybe even figure out how or why it happened. We can't run away from the situation, so we have no choice but to move forward.
Huh?
Is this really happening?
Don't fuck with me.
Screw that piece of shit bear.
Hey,
Before we start searching for Siaka's killer, we need to decide what to do about securing the crime scene. What do you mean? You're thinking of putting someone on guard duty so no one can disturb the area, aren't you? After all, if the culprit decides to destroy the evidence, we're pretty much screwed.
Hey,
In that case, I don't mind doing it. I don't like having to think anyway. I'll let you guys figure out who killed that chick. Okay, then we can let Mondo look after the scene. Well, no. We can't just leave him there alone.
what?
What? Why the hell not?
Stop talking.
Isn't it obvious? If you were the culprit, what's the first thing you would do? By volunteering for guard duty, you're in a position to destroy all the evidence you want. Definitely a late one because of the gold on their hands. Had to wash their hands. Yeah, that's a good thought. What? Fuck you.
So then,
Fine. I'll stay there on guard duty as well. That way there's no problem. Yeah, no one fuck with you. Two-player co-op based defense with the two of them. With their stats, they're totally OP. Since we won't be able to help investigate, we're putting our faith in the rest of you.
But
I'm still pretty freaked out, but I'll try.
just a second.
Hold on. Huh? Before we begin the investigation, isn't there something else we need to discuss? Oh yeah.
Anyway,
We're going to find out who the killer is. Because if we don't, we're all going to die here. Okay. Cool. Can I go?
just a
Nope.
Huh? Don't
It's
fuck
really
with
happening.
me.
Oh, no, okay. It wants me to go through everybody, huh? Hifumi? Consciousness has crashed. Restarting now. Please wait a moment. Can't let anything distract me right now.
what should I do?
Someone got right in front of us. They. Oh, she's. I want to cuddle her. We can't run away. Okay, so talk to you.
Let me out.
Alright, you're not going to say anything different. If we find out who did it, then only that person dies. But if we get it wrong, then all the rest of us face execution.
What the heck?
That's what that ridiculous school regulation said, right? So stupid! We need to hurry up and find out who the culprit is. Yes, I know, thank you. Love to.
Are you serious?
So we're really gonna try and find out who did it?
Oh,
So you finally noticed.
What the crap?
Huh? Noticed what? I was looking through the Monokuma file we received. I noticed something very obvious and very unusual.
huh?
What are you talking about? Go ahead, take a look. Notice anything interesting about where Sayaka died? She died in Makoto's dorm.
Ah!
She's right.
Eh?
Then could it be? All at once, everyone's gaze turned to me. Hold on a second, you've got it all wrong. For one night, I traded rooms with her. I did it because she was afraid.
What the
You
heck?
expect us to believe that? Just tell us the truth. The look in everyone's eye had done a complete 180 from just a few minutes earlier. The feeling of suspicious and fear had returned. In other words, you think I did it?
So then,
Are we all done talking? We need to begin our investigation soon. At this point, we should split up. We need to get to the bottom of this and find out who killed Sayaka. We'll have to collect clues to form a foundation, and then construct an argument to come to a final decision. If we get this wrong,
so
well, do I really have to say any more?
Actually,
I'd rather you didn't, no.
goodbye.
Everyone pray for good luck. With that, Kyoko hurried out of the gym.
Goodbye.
I'll be going too. And just like Kyoko, who's gone before we realized it.
Yo.
Oh yeah, I'm on guard duty, huh? I better head to the scene of the crime. Ah, that's right.
Hey, damn it.
Let me just say this right now. If whatever son of a bitch did this is here right now and they're thinking of destroying that evidence,
You're fucking dead.
they better not let me find him. I'll skip the trial and cave their goddamn skull in myself. I'm serious. I will fuck them up. Letting his deadly words hang in the air, he and Sakura ran off.
So,
But, I mean, we're not detectives or anything, you know? And we're gonna investigate a murder? How do we even do something like that?
anyway,
We don't really have to do anything in particular. We already know who killed Sayaka. What are you implying?
this is
It's you.
very suspicious.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Don't come any closer! Are you gonna kill me next?
So,
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. It's not for sure that Makoto's guilty yet. Yet? That's true. We may as well at least check just to check. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't help investigate. Wait, why not? Not good with blood. All it takes is one glimpse and I black out.
Oh yeah?
Oh, whatever. I don't think anyone was expecting much from you anyway. Alright, I guess I better get going. Wait! Don't go yet! You have to hear me out! But it was pointless. Everyone had already left. And their parting looks at me had still been filled with suspicion. Does everyone really think that I'm the killer? How did it turn out like this? Seriously, they've got it all wrong. Why do they have to suspect me? I have to do something. Otherwise, everyone will.
execution is execution. Execution! Electric chair! Bzz, bzz, poison gas! Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane.
Yeah, you noticed that too. She did just watch someone be murdered. I can't let that happen. I can't let things turn out the way Monokuma wants. All I have to do is find out who really did it. Who really killed Sayaka? I guess I should look through the Monokuma file we got before. The victim was Sayaka Maizono. The time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 a.m. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. All evidence suggests the death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab wound to the abdomen. There was also an injury to her right wrist. Specifically, the wrist appears to have suffered a fracture. We have no choice but to push forward if we want to find out what happened. Somehow, I have to find out the truth, so that we can all survive. And for Sayaka. I have to go find out how she was killed. Monokuma File 1 has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. So you will always get, for every case, you will always get the Monokuma File. It is basically your autopsy report from Phoenix Wright. So clearly, if the death took place, first of all, I should head to the scene of the crime, my room. We won't make any progress without investigating there. So I headed to my room where Sayaka's corpse still remained. I better examine the state of my room a little closer. That might reveal something new. Alright, I already looked at this, but we're gonna look at it again. Oh right, I hit the wrong button, that's why. The toolkit is still inside the drawer. I don't see any evidence that's been used at all. Which makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's mine and I haven't had any reason to open it. I can't even imagine a situation in which I need a toolkit like this.
Yo.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, Mondo.
What?
We ain't exactly in the mood to be
What?
building fucking furniture, right? So you haven't used yours either then?
What?
Not just me.
What?
Nobody's busted theirs out as far as I know. Actually, we were talking about it yesterday.
By the way,
None of the guys have opened their toolkits yet. Because, like, why the hell would we? Toolkit has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. Alright, let's look at this. The notepad is still here, but I don't think it's relevant right now. Okay. Huh? Looking at the lint roller, it looks like there's way less than there was before. Did Sayaka see how dirty my room was and decide to clean up a little? Dude, you've only been living in it for 3 days. What the fuck don't you do in this place? Hang on, I have to sneeze. This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in the attack somehow? And plus, it's been taken out of its sheath. I hadn't actually looked at the blade itself till now. I shouldn't be surprised it's coated in gold too. On top of that, some of the gold coating has come off of the parts of the blade and the handle. Yeah, the handle especially is missing a lot of its coating. I remember the coating sticks to you even if you just touch it a little bit. Replica sword has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. There's a key on the ground. It has my name on it, so this must be my room key. If I remember correctly. Ah, that's right, we'll have to trade keys. When we switched rooms, we switched keys too. So Sayaka would have had the key here in my room the entire time. But wait, if that's true then, how did the killer get into the room in the first place? Could Sayaka have forgotten to lock the door? No, that seems impossible. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? After saying that, there's no way she would have forgotten to lock it or opened it for any reason. Well, maybe she dropped the key somewhere and someone else grabbed it or something. No, that's not possible either. Sayaka was in here when we switched rooms. And with how scared she was, she wouldn't have gone walking around, so she could have dropped it. So, how did the killer... Switching rooms has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. Now, I'm gonna put it this way. The game wants you to succeed, obviously. So it's not actually going to progress until you've investigated everything you're supposed to. There are gouges in the bed, like somebody attacked it. What the hell happened here? This is the... Oh, I didn't want to look at that. Oh, there's something new here, huh? There's some scratches on the sheath. They must have been made with something sharp. But how'd the sheath get scratched up in the first place? Even if someone used the sword during the struggle, it doesn't make sense for the sheath to be damaged. I mean, if you're gonna attack someone with a sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. A heavy sheath like this would only get in the way. It could just slide off in the middle of a fight. So why are there scratches on the sheath? Alright, that was the truth bullet. For the replica sword sheath. Alright. I wanted to look at the scratches on the floor, though. There's scratches and gouges on my walls and bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? It looks like there may have been some kind of fight in my room. Damn it, I was right here in the other room. If only it heard something.
Wait.
That would not have been possible. Huh? Don't you remember? All of our rooms are completely soundproof. So something could happen in the room right next to you, and there's no way you can know.
Well,
Perhaps this was another one of Monokuma's strategies, creating an ideal setting for murder. Alright, evidence of a struggle. And by the way, I know she's a girl, and I'm not really trying to give her a male voice. I'm just trying to give her a dignified voice, because I really don't know how else to voice her. So, for her character, she's very calm and collected, so I just figure like a general calm, dignified voice is best. Hey, Kyoko. I quietly called her name while she was investigating the area. But...
What are you doing?
Isn't it obvious?
No, not really.
I'm searching.
Searching?
she was down on her knees, carefully inspecting every inch of my room.
Did you lose a contact or something?
I don't know what she's doing exactly, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. But a few seconds later, she suddenly stood up straight and said,
Listen.
"Are you a clean freak?" Huh? No, I don't think so, but what? Nodding, she glanced around my room one more time.
I see.
Interesting. What's interesting?
Hey,
Just as I suspected, there's something very unusual about your room. Unusual? What do you mean?
so...
I've searched your floor from one corner to another, and I didn't find one single strand of hair. Really?
Indeed.
Not one hair from the victim, and not one hair from you, even though you've been living in here. You know, now that you mention it, I hadn't noticed something while I was looking around before. It looked like the lint roller in my room had been used, but I never touched it. Could someone have used it to...
I see.
Very interesting. Your room didn't have a single hair in it, and someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayaka or the killer?
Well,
That is the question, isn't it? Wonder if you guys are starting to understand what ultimate she actually is. Makoto's room cleanliness has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. Alright, I want to get in the bathroom, I think. Actually, before I do that, let's make sure I checked everything out here. Let's talk to these guys.
By the way,
I realized something while I was on guard duty. The killer could have already destroyed some evidence, right? Before anyone found the body, I mean? There's a trash room here in the dorms, right? They could have tossed some stuff in there. Yeah, that's definitely possible.
you son of a bitch!
That dirty bastard!
Shit.
Anyone who raises their hand to a woman is scum that deserves death. That's what my brother taught me.
You're fucking
So if I
dead.
ever find the son of a bitch that did this, I'm gonna pound his goddamn face in. But what if it was a girl that did it?
Yo,
That'll all get sorted out when the time comes. Okay. Sakura, do you think I'm guilty too?
Hey,
I try not to make assumptions like that. I simply don't know whether or not you did this. Whatever decision the rest of you comes up with, I will follow your lead. I see. Alright. So now, we only have one place to check at the moment, in our room at least. We need to examine the body, but we're gonna do that after a break. YouTube, thanks for coming out and joining me today. I always appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Let me know, leave me comments, leave me likes, leave me subscribes. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Twitch, I'm gonna see you guys after 5 minutes. Bye-bye.